Hey guys, it's Mike Tornicasa here from the Unexplained University Online. I'm just posting this video here. I wanted to give you an example of kind of the process when I'm listening to audio from the recording device that we use, and when I'm trying to find something that may be an EVP or just anything that's relevant to the investigation that maybe we missed when we were there or we didn't hear, which usually ends up being EVPs of some kind. And I'm trying to listen to the audio from when we do our investigations, and this is my audio recorder, which seems to be the best device to pick up EVPs. It's pretty sensitive and it seems to have a good decibel range. So I have a program here. This is called WavePad. It's by NCH Software. Out of the ones I've tried, this one seemed to be one of the best that I like to use so far. But anyways, this is the program I'm using now, and this is a section from one of our investigations here, and I'll show you kind of how the process goes. I'll load in from my recorder, connect it to my PC, and I'll drop a file into this program here, and then I'll amplify the entire file, usually once or twice to the max it'll let me do, because you can amplify up to a certain range. Then it'll apply it, but then you can also go in and amplify it another max range again, and it'll amplify it on top of it. So this can amplify, I'm not even sure how far you can go with it, but you can amplify this program, the audio, really high. So I'm going through here, and as you can see, the colored part of the screen here that's black, and over here, this is the sections I haven't highlighted. This gray section is where I've highlighted because there was something I heard in here, and it's kind of faint. Now I'm doing this with the speaker so you can hear it. Normally I have my headphones on or earbuds in because that helps me keep it closer to my ears, because some EVPs sometimes are very light and like a whisper in this. So I highlighted this section here. This is about 20 seconds long. There's a timeline underneath, and there's my cat again. This is the reason why stuff doesn't get done. So I'll play this and let you hear it. Well, it was in the middle there. I'll start over here.
It's okay.
All right, let me pull that back. That was a little too far, and that's really loud. But the area was in the middle here. Right there. I heard it sounded like a whisper in part of that. So what I'm going to do now is bring this gray area in more focused on what I want to hear. Right there, about 5 minutes and 4 seconds. I like to leave more of it in because sometimes if it's sounds that are consistent like that, if that sounded like a whisper of some kind there, I like to listen to more of it. That way if I hear that same like whisper again, then I can kind of count that as probably being noise from us breathing or something. So that's why I have more of it highlighted. But I really didn't hear that same sound, so I'm going to bring in this a little bit tighter to where I want to listen. Okay, so a little bit more right there, and come back here. And though if you could hear that, I'll bring this closer. Did you hear that? It sounded like it could have been a whisper. Here's my cat again. Come on. They always got to be up on something, right? Always got to have the high ground. Just their instincts, right? So there it is again. Alright, I am going to help get rid of some of these crickets because I hear the crickets still, so I'm going to do another noise sample. The noise sample part of this is something that's a nice feature on here. So I'm going to listen to this. I gotta get a noise sample of the crickets. Hi, he's staring right at me too. He's staring at me. It's so funny because he's making straight, dead eye, staring eye contact with me. Okay, so there was a sample I highlighted there. That was a sample. Listen to it again. The crickets. That's all I was trying to get is the crickets. Go to cleanup, and there's a noise reduction. And then under here you can grab the noise sample from the highlighted area, which I'll do now. So now I picked that. Now I got to go back to my section, which I made a mistake and didn't click it to highlight it. So I'm going to find it again. There it was. There's the whisper I heard right here. Okay. I'm going to go back up here to clean up, and I'm going to go to noise reduction. Now again I highlighted my area where I'm going to use the noise sample, spectral subtraction based on noise sample. Now it just changed there, and it reduced some of that cricket sound. Let's hear how it sounds now. Alright, that's a little bit, I don't need all that. I don't know if you could hear that. I hear noise from, sounded like probably one of us bumping our camera or something, which kind of unfortunate there. This spike right here. There sounds like something there. That stupid noise though, whatever we bumped kind of got in the way. Alright, so now I'm going to try another effect here. That still is hard to hear. And I hate that clicking. Boy, I wish that wasn't in there. Okay, I can hear pretty good there. I don't know if you can hear that better. I'm going to amplify it again. Oh. Stupid clicking. It's really inaudible to me. It sounds weird. Doesn't sound like it's a word though, at least not that I can make out. So I think what I'm going to do with that is probably just consider that some kind of a noise, possibly, maybe a breath or something, because I can't for sure say it's a word of some kind or a phrase or something. So that's going to get skipped over. I'm going to undo those changes I just did and move on further. So that's kind of like just a brief example there of what I do when I hear something from here to find an EVP. Some of them have been easier to find, but there's some like that where I try to get in pretty deep. But that was just something that just came up, and I figured before I explored it, I would share that with you guys so you could see the process I do. And this would be, most likely, this will be the audio that we'll run this audio in sync with the video to match up to where I started recording this into where the video started. And then the areas that I've highlighted that I've actually amplified that are EVPs. The other ones that I verified that were EVPs of some kind, those were left amplified where they're at, and then those will just stay in place in the timeline on the audio. So as the video and audio are synced together and they move together, once that EVP was captured and once I amplified it, that's where you'll hear it when the video comes out. That's what I did before. So that's how, when you're hearing it in the video with the caption, that's exactly where it was picked up at that point in time. But that's how it'll work, is this will just run the audio for the part that we do, and the video audio will sync up, and then we'll just let the video go with this audio synced as the main source of audio. That way the EVPs are already amplified in place, and they'll come up as the video goes through. I'm going to give you an example of what it would sound like. This is an EVP from one of the investigations, and I don't want to spoil which one, but I'm going to let you hear this, and a surprise spoiler EVP from this. So I'm going to play this now and give you guys a little sneak peek and an example of what it sounds like. If you do that, we'll know you're here. I'm going to move this and show you something. Were you able to hear that? This blue area here is the EVP. The rest of this is the audio. I'll play that again and let you guys hear that. See if you can hear this and tell me if you can identify what it is. If you do that, we'll know you're here. Coming up to the blue. Well, if you heard that and you were able to figure that one out, that was pretty sweet. It's pretty gnarly when I first heard that. But that was just an example of how it runs together with the regular audio and then it hits the EVP. That's how it goes into the flow of the audio and the video together. Okay, well, there you go. This is Mike Tornicasa from the Unexplained University online, and I will see you at some more spooky and scary places. Love you all.